Seventh Dimension back at it. I'm sorry I'm 5 days late, but I live life. I live this routine: work, sleep, eat, learn, and sometimes circle goes too fast, and I just needed some time to get recharged, and now I'm back at it. So yeah, today we're talking about the phrase "P.O.M.E," and no, it's not some French word that's like abstract or something. No, it's literally an acronym for product of my environment. That's because that is who we are. We are all a product of our own environment, of my environment, but you can flex that. And yeah, I don't think people realize this. Like, they just assume people have opinions and beliefs just because it's instilled in them, or because they want to believe it like that. No, it's because everyone's a product of their own environment. Like, for example, I'm Indian, right? And I love fishing. Most Indian Americans do not love fishing. But you know why I love fishing? Because I grew up fishing. It's a product of my own environment. Math. Do the math. And it's like, I like pineapples on pizza. That's because for my entire childhood, I've been eating pineapples on pizza. And maybe someone else doesn't like pineapples on pizza. That's because they've never grown up eating pineapples on pizza, or they just never liked eating pineapples on pizza. Why can't we accept this fact? Why do we have to make this whole argument that, oh, no, you're wrong. Oh, no, you're wrong. My opinion's better because I have more knowledge. I have more reason. That's so BS. If you can't argue someone else's point better than you can argue your own point, then you have no validation at all. That's just like, this can be applied to politics, sports. I mean, in sports you can hear that's why Stephen A. Smith or like Skip from Skip and Chin are just so good at putting their points out, just because they can argue the other person's point very well. And not understanding the other side of things is the complete opposite direction that leads to any progress. I mean, right now, obviously, we got big news about the impeachment. But I don't really understand why everyone's celebrating or anything. Like, there's still about, like, I would say, I don't know the data anyway, but I know there's still a extravagant homelessness crisis across America. There's a poverty crisis. There's people living paycheck to paycheck. Most people, there's a huge amount of depression in this society of technology, which is like based on everyone rating each other and like liking, amount of likes you get, amount of comments you get, always wishing, always affirming that you're still in someone else's mind, because if they take you off your mind, then you have no one, and having no one is the worst feeling in the world. I'm sorry, it's the worst feeling. And I've been fortunate enough not to feel like this, but I know there are people that do feel like this, and I can't really put myself in their shoes, but I can put myself in their shoes, but I can't feel their shoes, but I can put myself in their shoes. And it's just like, it connects so well to like the problems that we have in like society, that we try to think, oh, this is the reason why this is the reason why there's so much poverty, this is the reason why there's so much. It's all because we are a product of our own environment. Like, it's, to me, I'm sorry. Let's just give an example. Obviously, there's been a ton of school shootings lately, and it's just, we're all saying like mental health, like it's mental illness. It's because of the guns. It's because of the person's habit, or just because he was just a bad person in general. No, it is because that person was a product of his environment, his household, his school. I heard one of them had no friends. Like, I didn't hear one of them, but I'm pretty sure one of them was like bullied throughout his entire school life. Had no friends. His family was constant fight. Was in constantly fighting. His he has nothing in life that made life living worth living for. And I mean, there's this TV show called Atlanta, and they have this episode called FUBU, and you should really watch it because, I mean, you'll see why. But it's this kid gets bullied for wearing this fake material, this fake brand of this like really like a high fashion brand. He gets made fun of for wearing this expensive brand called FUBU, and then the entire school was making fun of him, and they didn't realize that. And his home, his parents were having problems too, and he just ended his life just because of these two spheres entrapping his life, his life. I don't know how to put it. I don't know what a better word to put it, but yeah, it's just so sad, man. And I mean, obviously, people do evolve. Maybe when you're a kid, you didn't like broccoli, and now you like broccoli. That is not what I'm saying. Evolution is human nature. It's human nature, but we never forget our roots. And I mean, that's one thing I like to share with you guys in this this time filled with so much hatred, so much divide, man. I mean, you think I'm a preacher here? I'm literally one of like a servant to this, not servant, but a follower to this. I mean, not a follower, but like a follower that doesn't see himself doesn't think he does it, but doesn't see himself when he actually does it. And I feel like most people can relate to this. Like, I mean, I think a lot, and that's why I like speaking my mind, because it helps me realize these things. But there's things I don't realize I do, and I've realized that, which is a good thing. But this just like I said. There's this album that I want you guys to listen to. But it's called Apologies in Advance by Sylvan McClue. Sliven or something. Yeah, and that's why there's a song called Product of Your Own Environment. And yeah, it just goes in depth of how we've forgotten that everyone's from a different place. Everyone has a different story. Everyone has lived different lives. I mean, look out your car window. There's people riding the cars that you've never seen ever before. You've never thought of. They've lived 50, 63, however long they're alive. They've lived all those years without thinking of you or seeing you. And you probably won't even see them. And you'll never see them again, ever again. And that just shows how many different faces that we have. And then we use like, things like sports, like political candidates that band us together through all our differences. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, great, community. I love community, but it's just that, we use, religion, just all these things. I love that. But I just don't like when we think we're right. If you know what I mean. We think that we know everything. Because, I mean, I'd say as Socrates said, and I'm not saying that you should idolize someone, but I'm just saying that I really like this quote. So I'm going to say this quote because I really like the quote. All I know nothing is that I know nothing. All I know nothing is that I know nothing. All I know nothing. Wait, I think the tongue twister. All I know is that I know nothing. And yeah, that's it for today. And that's probably my last one before Christmas. Actually, no, I have one more. But yeah, have a Merry Christmas. If I don't come at you again, spend time with family. Talk to people that you haven't talked to before. You only live this life once, so seek discomfort. Peace out. That's an okay sign. Not not that hate sign. Just a Peace. Peace out.
Do you believe in some ways you're actually a product of your own environment too?
That's a tough one because it's like the age-old thing of nature versus nurture. So are you going to allow yourself to be influenced by the things that you will come up with? Or are you going to allow yourself to grow and change and hear other perspectives and new ideas and adapt that to yourself?
And I think, to touch on the subject, I think you're entirely influenced by everything that you see, everything. I think it's just the reaction that you have.
Are you resilient? Yeah. Everybody's a product of their environment. I feel no matter whether it's like a rough environment or an easy environment, you're going to be affected by the way that you were brought up.